good evening, everyone. Welcome to EduBridge IAS. Now it is 16th of January 2022, and the mains examination for 2021 are over now. The mains 21 has concluded with the pattern of conducting the optional paper on the last day. Now, optional were conducted in two shifts, that is from 9 to 12 and 2 to 5. My optional or I teach political science and international relations optional, and here I am, Nitish Sharma, with the analysis. Now I am not able to switch on the video because right now I'm COVID positive. So please bear the video without the camera on. Okay. Now PSIR paper 1 was conducted. Like every year, there are various opinions whether the paper was tough or the paper was easy. But it is too early to tell whether the paper was tough or easy. And we are not here to analyze the toughness or the difficulty of the paper. We are here to analyze whether UPSC had made any change in the pattern or whether UPSC has followed the same pattern as it used to be in the previous years. Now, in the PSIR optional or like in any other optional, you have to attempt the paper in the form of 1 and 5th question as compulsory. These two questions will be compulsory, and rest you have to attempt any one question from the remaining part, where all rest in total 5 questions have to be completed in the paper. Now in the paper on part A, UPSC in the compulsory questions are asked the feminist critique of the state. Like the previous year, UPSC has followed the similar pattern where the first question is based upon the theory of state. Previously, it was the post-colonial theory. This time it is feminist critique of the state, which is a almost direct question for the students who have prepared well. Affirmative action, it is the same thing that UPSC has asked the second question from equality. The same pattern is continued. Third, the quality of outcome. Equality of outcome is again asked in a comparison to the quality of opportunity that UPSC has asked in the previous year. The third question is based upon the legitimation or the tools of legitimation of a state. This is a good question because this is not a direct question. Rather, it has asked a question how the state can obtain the legitimacy. It is a little tricky question. Then the question is on the J.S. Mill's ideas on women suffrage. This question makes it important because UPSC in the first question itself has asked 2 questions on the women issues or the issues related to the women empowerment. So this is a new trend that we are witnessing in this question paper. Now let us go to the optional questions. In this, the first question, as every time, roles. Roles has again been asked in the paper, and I have always told this in my classes that if the roles is not asked in the political science paper 1, that means you are in the wrong paper, because every year justice and roles will be there in the question paper. Again, the pattern has continued that how the roles has enriched the idea of justice in liberalism. This is a direct question. Then examine the importance of behavioral approach in the political theory. It means David Easton and the views of David Easton and what led to the decline. It means the direct question regarding the behavioral approach. Generally, this used to be in the compulsory questions, but this time it has been given in the optional questions. Now, the third question, can there be a universal conception of human rights? This question is from the current, because there has been demand that the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, it came in the year 1948. And it's been long that we need to bring certain changes. So the question of the current issue has been asked from the static portion, that is the human rights. So this is the pattern. In the third question, they have asked the Aristotelian views. The Aristotelian views on the politics. Aristotle, being the father of political science, is always asked in the paper, again is asked. And they have asked the contribution of the development of modern day constitutional democracies on the basis of Aristotelian views. It means they have asked the theory of constitution of Aristotle along with the theory of revolution, because Aristotle has provided that the inequality anywhere leads to revolution everywhere. So this is Again, a direct question. Then a pattern has been changed because in Indian political thought, we generally believe that the question will be asked from either Dr. Ambedkar or Mahatma Gandhi. But this year, they have not asked the question from Mahatma Gandhi. They have asked question from Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. They have asked that when a nation becomes devoid of arts and learning, it invites poverty. In the light of this statement, they have asked the role of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan as a reformer in modern India. So UPSC has again made sure that every topic in the syllabus is covered by you and you cannot leave any thinker. So Sir Syed Ahmad Khan is asked after a long time it has been asked. Now then we see political ideology is primarily concerned with the allocation and utilization of power. So question has come from power, ideology and hegemony topic. The question is again repeated because previous year the question was from power. This year again the question is related to political ideology and power. Now the question has again been asked from Indian political thought, that is related to the Buddhist tradition. UPSC has not asked a question from Dr. Ambedkar this year. UPSC has not asked a question from M. Roy. This year UPSC has touched those topics that we generally as an aspirant of civil services do not go through in detail. That is the Buddhist tradition. So the question is, do you think the Buddhist traditions have lent greater ethical foundation to ancient Indian political thought? Give your argument. So you have to give arguments regarding the role of Buddhist culture, regarding the role of the views of the thinkers, where we believe that the thoughts given in the Buddha Charita, the thoughts given in the Jataka stories, and the thoughts that we have understood from the thinkers of or the historians' views, that how Buddhist tradition is establishing the ethical foundation, like the ethical foundation of republicanism, the ethical foundation of equality, and the views against this caste system. So this is a very good question. Then the Marx concept of alienation is an essential part in the reality in capitalism. It means they have this year asked the ideas of young Marx. Generally, we see that they ask the questions from the ideas from in the Communist Manifesto, but this year they are asking the concept of alienation. However, this question has been asked so many number of times, so the students who have analyzed the previous year questions would have been very easily attempted this question. Now the question is, free and fair deliberation is the foundation of democracy. It means like every year a question is there from democracy. Now this year they have asked the question from representative democracy, because when it comes to elections, the elections are conducted to choose the representatives, and here the representative is along with the deliberative democracy. It means we have to include the ideas of Joshua Cohen. Okay, we have to include the idea of Joshua Cohen also. Now this was the paper on part A. Let us go to paper on part B. Paper on part B is not direct this year. Paper on part B have included statements and where the student is asked to comment. First is from with respect to the making of the Indian Constitution, that the Constitution of India is a product of historical process rich with constitutional antecedents. It means it is from the making of the Constitution. Second question is, the Constitution makers had faced a great task of forging common national identity in the face of unparalleled social and cultural diversity. Again, a question from the making of the Constitution and the different perspective with respect to the Constitution. The third question is again from the making of the Constitution, that is mention the founding principles that define Indian Constitution. The fourth question is also from the perspective of the Indian Constitution, that they have asked the Marxist perspective. It means compulsory question, 4 questions are from the first, second and third topic of the syllabus, that is making of the Indian Constitution, historical perspective and the ideas in the freedom struggle. So 4 questions from the first 4 topics. Then they have asked a question regarding the significance of first Constitutional Amendment Act. It means they have included the ideas that are given in the first Constitutional Amendment Act regarding the addition of 9th schedule. They have included the right to property, and they have sorry, they have not asked this question in respect to the IR Colo case or 9th schedule or the right to property. They have directly asked the question, that is the significance of first Constitutional Amendment. Now in the optional questions, the first question is regarding the reconciliation of the fundamental rights with the directive principle of state policy, with due to which there are few various amendments and interventions. This is a very simple questions where we will start from Champakam Dorai Rajan case and we will until Minerva Mills case, Champakam Dorai Rajan case, then we will have Golaknath case, then we will have the 24th and 25th Constitutional Amendment Act, then we'll have Keshwan Bharati case, then you'll have 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, and then you'll have Minerva Mills case. So direct question. Then the role of the President of India becomes more significant during a minority government and a coalition government. Again, this is a question that has been previously asked. Do you think that despite having significant limitations in the Panchayati Raj, institutions have strengthened the process of democratic decentralization? This is again a question that UPSC has asked in a different manner. Either they say with respect to the 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment Act or in any other manner. But this again a direct question based upon the Panchayati Raj institution. Now the question is regarding the Indian political party system, where they say that it is because of the complex interaction with respect to the federal structure. It means they are asking about the regional parties and the national parties. They are asking about the electoral system. That means the first past the post system, and the social cleavages. That means the cleavages in the society in the form of caste, religion, region, and ethnicity. So on the basis of this, they have asked this question that the parties are formed in this manner. So this is a question from the political parties and the party system. Now the question is with respect to the creation of new states that have been rising in the different regions. This question is asked in GS also. This question is asked in optional also, and this is a question that is very pertinent with respect to the federal structure in our country and the creation of new states. Now the question is with respect to the rate of growth with respect to the economic reforms. So this is regarding the explains the improvements in the social development even as the rate of growth has accelerated in the initiation of economic reforms. It means they are asking about the link between the growth and development. Link between the growth and development. This is what they're asking. Is it clear? Then the last question is regarding the success of electoral democracy is based upon the election commission. It means from the topic of statutory and constitutional bodies, they have asked this question. They've also asked the question from Supreme Court, where they say they examine the evolution of jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. And then they have asked how caste as a social category is becoming a political category in the politics of India. So they have asked question from the statutory bodies, constitutional bodies, and they have asked for a question from the caste, religion, and ethnicity and its role in politics. So the question paper is again from the syllabus itself. The paper is tough or easy. It depends upon the preparation of a student, because this is the subject of political science, which is very subjective, and we cannot say that the paper is easy or tough. But as a person who is associated with this optional for a long time, you can say that this paper is doable who have prepared this optional really well. So the paper is good, and we will come back with the analysis of paper 2 of political science and international relations. So please continue your preparation and subscribe to EduBridge IAS so that you can keep yourself updated with all the happening with respect to the mains 2021 analysis and also a preparation for the civil services examinations. Thank you very much, and please stay at home and stay safe. This is Nitish Sharma, and you can ask any doubts regarding the paper or any doubts regarding the preparation in the comment box of this video. Thank you very much.